Welcome to your review of sports and performance nutrition for strength and power athletes.
Okay.
Today, we're diving into Chapter 13, Strength and Power Athletes, from the textbook, Practical Applications in Sports Nutrition, 7th edition.
7th edition.
So if you're into sports that require bursts of strength and power,
Right.
this deep dive is for you.
Well, we're going to break down the key nutritional needs for those involved in strength and power-focused activities.
Yes.
It's amazing how the right fuel can truly impact performance.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
even if you're pretty familiar with sports nutrition,
Yeah.
this deep dive might have some surprising insights for you.
Right.
To start off,
Yeah.
let's clarify the difference between strength and power.
Okay. Sure. It's a common point of confusion.
Yeah.
Strength is the maximum force you can generate.
Okay.
Think of lifting a really heavy weight.
Yeah.
Power, on the other hand, is strength plus speed.
Okay.
Think of throwing a punch or jumping high.
So a power lifter going for a 1-rep max on a squat is demonstrating strength,
Yeah.
while a basketball player performing a slam dunk is exhibiting power.
Exactly.
Got it.
And power is actually super important for most sports.
Oh.
Even in sports where brute strength matters, power is what gives you that explosive edge.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
To perform those explosive movements,
Yeah.
athletes need to fuel their bodies properly.
Yeah.
So let's break down how these strength and power athletes keep their energy systems running.
So for quick bursts of energy,
Yes.
they mainly rely on two systems,
Okay.
the phosphagen system
Okay.
and the anaerobic system.
Okay.
Think of the phosphagen system as an instant energy reserve that lasts for super short bursts, like a weightlifter going for a 1-rep max.
Okay.
You got it?
And the anaerobic system kicks in for slightly longer, high-intensity activities, right?
That's right.
Like a 400-meter sprint or multiple sets of heavy lifting.
Precisely.
Okay.
This system provides energy for high-intensity efforts that last up to about 2 minutes. And for longer duration activity and recovery between those intense bursts,
Yeah.
our aerobic system, the one that uses oxygen, becomes essential.
So we've got these different energy systems at play.
Right.
But what about the fuel itself?
Yeah.
It all starts with calories.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Calories are the foundation.
Yeah.
But calorie needs vary wildly from person to person.
Yeah, of course.
Factors like age, sex, body mass, and training intensity all come into play.
So if someone's trying to bulk up,
Yeah.
they'll need more calories.
That's right.
And if they're aiming to maintain or lose weight,
Right.
they'll need to adjust accordingly.
Exactly. The key is to consume enough calories to meet your daily needs and support your specific goals.
Okay.
You can check out Table 13.1 in the source material for a helpful guide on estimating your individual calorie needs.
Okay.
It uses something called resting energy expenditure, or REE, and factors in your activity level.
And I'm assuming it's important to eat those calories at the right times.
You got it. Most of your calories should be consumed before or after training to provide your body with fuel when it needs it most.
Got it.
Now let's dive into the types of fuel you need.
Yeah.
That's where macronutrients come in. Carbs, protein, and fat.
Let's start with carbs.
Okay.
Those are the primary fuel source for most athletes,
Yeah,
especially those focused on strength and power, right?
absolutely. Carbs are broken down into glucose, which is the primary fuel source for our muscles.
Okay.
And intense training depletes your glycogen stores, which are the stored form of carbohydrates in your muscles.
So you got to replenish those stores to fuel your workouts and recover properly.
Exactly.
Okay.
For most strength and power athletes, we recommend a daily intake of 6 to 10 grams of carbohydrates per kilogram of body weight.
Okay.
That's about 65% of their total daily calories.
Okay. So carbs are key.
Yeah.
What about when to consume them?
So while it's not strictly necessary to consume carbs right before or during training,
Yeah.
some athletes find it beneficial, especially for longer or more intense sessions.
Got it.
The best approach is to experiment and see what works best for you.
And after a tough workout.
Refueling is essential.
Yeah.
Aim for 1.0 to 1.2 grams of carbohydrates per kilogram of body weight every hour for about 4 hours after exercise.
Got it. So carbs are for energy.
Uh-huh.
Now let's talk about protein,
Okay.
which is essential for muscle building and repair,
Absolutely.
especially after intense workouts.
Protein provides the building blocks, amino acids,
Okay.
to repair and build muscle tissue.
How much protein should these athletes aim for?
The general recommendation for strength and power athletes is 1.2 to 2.0 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day.
Okay, the source material points out that higher protein intake, up to 2.0 grams per kilogram
Yeah.
might be beneficial for injured athletes
Yeah.
or those trying to lose weight while maintaining muscle mass.
Right. Those situations might call for an adjustment,
Right.
but it's always best to work with a qualified professional to determine your individual protein needs.
So we need to make sure we're getting enough protein.
Right.
What about the sources?
Yeah.
Are all proteins created equal?
Great question.
Yeah.
Ideally,
Yeah.
you want to focus on complete proteins.
Right.
Those contain all 9 essential amino acids.
Got it.
Think of things like meat, poultry, fish, eggs, and dairy products.
What if someone follows a plant-based diet?
There are plenty of plant-based options too,
Yeah.
but you'll need to combine different sources to get all the essential amino acids.
Okay.
We call those complementary proteins.
Okay.
Think beans and rice or lentils with whole wheat bread.
Those are some classic combinations.
Yeah.
I've also heard that protein supplements can be helpful, especially for athletes subject to banned substance testing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Choosing a high-quality protein supplement that has been third-party certified can be a convenient way to meet your protein needs
Okay.
and ensure it's safe and contaminant-free.
What about individual amino acid supplements?
Yeah.
Do those offer any benefits?
The research on those is mixed, so we
Really?
don't typically recommend them.
Got it.
Focus on getting your protein from whole food sources and consider a supplement if you need a boost.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So when should these athletes consume their protein?
So consuming high-quality protein before training can be beneficial,
Okay.
and immediately after training,
Yeah.
aim for a snack or meal that combines carbohydrates with 15 to 25 grams of protein.
Okay.
This helps slow muscle protein breakdown and jumpstart recovery.
Carbs and protein, check.
Yep.
Now, what about fats?
Okay.
How do those fit into the equation for these athletes?
Interestingly, very little fat is actually used during strength and power activities.
So if someone is trying to lose weight,
Yeah.
they might want to limit their fat intake.
Yes, adjusting fat intake can be helpful for managing overall calorie intake.
Okay.
Generally, though, we recommend getting about 20-35% of total calories from fat,
Okay.
primarily unsaturated fats
Yeah.
like those found in nuts, seeds, avocados, and olive oil.
And what about the timing of fat intake?
It's best to minimize fat intake right before, during, and immediately after exercise, as it can slow digestion.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we've covered calories,
Yeah.
carbs, protein, and fat.
Right.
What about vitamins and minerals?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
The research on vitamin and mineral needs specifically for strength and power athletes is limited.
Okay.
However, it's generally safe to assume their needs are similar to other active individuals.
Should these athletes be taking supplements?
Supplementation isn't generally necessary if you're eating a varied and balanced diet,
Okay.
but a multivitamin can provide some nutritional insurance.
Good to know. The source material also mentions that loading up on antioxidant, vitamins, and minerals hasn't been shown to improve performance.
Exactly.
Got it.
So while a multivitamin can be helpful,
Yeah.
don't expect miracles from megadosing on antioxidants.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground.
Yes, we have.
Now on to hydration. That's obviously crucial for all athletes,
Yeah.
but maybe even more so for those training for strength and power,
Right.
given the intensity of the workouts.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Adequate hydration is essential.
Yes.
And keep in mind, muscle is about 70% water.
Wow. I didn't realize it was that much.
Yeah.
So intentionally restricting fluids, like some athletes do for weight management,
Yeah.
is a bad idea, right?
Yes, it's strongly discouraged.
So the longer and more intense the workout,
Yeah.
the greater the impact of dehydration on performance.
Right.
I can see why hydration is crucial.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
The best way to determine your personal fluid needs is to perform a sweat trial.
Okay.
You weigh yourself before and after exercise and monitor your fluid intake to see how much you lose through sweat.
Yep.
Then you can create a personalized hydration plan.
Are there any general guidelines for hydration?
For activities under 60 minutes, water is usually sufficient.
Okay.
But if you're working out for longer than 60 minutes,
Oh.
consider using a sports drink to replenish electrolytes lost through sweat.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, what about those training days or competitions that last for hours?
Planning is key for those long days.
Yeah.
Instead of relying on concession stands, which often have limited healthy options,
Right.
pack your gear bag with snacks.
Yeah.
And don't forget to practice with those snacks during training to make sure they settle well in your stomach.
That's such great advice.
Yeah.
It's so easy to forget about the logistical details.
Right.
But as you've pointed out, they can be crucial for success.
Exactly.
What types of snacks do you recommend?
Non-perishable items are usually your best bet.
Okay.
Think about things like whole fruit and juices in drink boxes, water or sports drinks,
Yeah.
granola or energy bars, fig bars, or even bagels with jelly.
Those are some good portable options.
Yeah,
Now, we've trained hard and competed.
right.
Let's talk post-competition nutrition,
Okay.
okay? Recovery nutrition is just as important as what you eat before and during your workout.
It's all about replenishing those glycogen stores and providing your body with the nutrients it needs to repair and rebuild.
It's tempting to just grab whatever sounds good after a competition.
Yeah.
But everyone has different preferences, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why it's crucial to experiment ahead of time and figure out what foods sit well with you after a competition.
And plan ahead, especially if you're traveling.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pack a gear bag with some go-to recovery snacks or meals.
Okay.
Or if you're relying on restaurants, do some research beforehand to identify places with suitable options.
Okay. That's all great advice.
Yeah.
Now, I think we're ready to move on to some of the key takeaways from this deep dive.
Okay.
What are some of the most important things to keep in mind for those training for strength and power?
Well, first and foremost, understanding the difference between strength and power.
Yeah.
It's not just semantics.
Right.
It impacts how you train and what energy systems you're primarily using.
That was a big aha moment for me.
Yeah.
I've been using those terms interchangeably for years.
It happens.
Yeah.
And once you grasp that difference,
Yeah.
you can fine-tune your training and nutrition to better match the demands of your sport or activity.
Okay, so understanding the difference between strength and power is key.
Yeah.
What else stood out to you as essential for our listener?
Next up, fuel.
Okay.
It's about getting the right macronutrients at the right times.
Yes.
We've talked about carbs for energy, protein for repair and recovery,
Right.
and fats for overall health.
It seems like timing is everything when it comes to sports nutrition.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's not just about hitting your daily macros, but
Yeah.
also about strategizing when to consume them for optimal performance and recovery.
And don't forget hydration.
Yes.
That's a non-negotiable, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Even mild dehydration can significantly impact your performance.
Yeah.
And establishing a personalized hydration plan, maybe
Mm.
even doing a sweat trial to see how much fluid you lose during workouts, can be a game changer.
I'm definitely guilty of not prioritizing hydration enough.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to make a conscious effort to change that.
Good.
What else should our listener focus on?
Planning.
Okay.
Especially for those long training days or competitions,
Right.
packing snacks and having a post-event recovery strategy can make all the difference.
It's so easy to get caught up in the training itself
Right.
and forget about those logistical details.
Yeah.
But as you've pointed out, they can be crucial for success.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about optimizing every aspect of your nutrition to help you reach your full potential as a strength and power athlete.
So we've covered a ton of ground today.
We have.
If our listener could only walk away with one major takeaway,
Okay.
what would it be?
That nutrition isn't just about what you eat,
Okay.
but when and why.
Yeah.
It's a crucial piece of the training puzzle.
Yeah.
When you combine the science of strength and power training with personalized fueling and hydration strategies,
Yeah.
you unlock incredible gains in performance and recovery.
And if all of this feels overwhelming, remember this is just a starting point.
That's right.
Our source material, Chapter 13, Strength and Power Athletes, from the textbook Practical Applications in Sports Nutrition, 7th edition,
Right.
has even more detailed information and some handy tables and calculations you can explore.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you want personalized guidance,
Yeah.
a qualified sports dietitian can help you create a nutrition plan that's tailored to your specific goals.
Okay, before we wrap things up,
Yeah.
I want to leave our listener with a final question to ponder.
Okay.
How can you apply these nutritional strategies to your specific training regimen and performance goals?
Okay.
What adjustments can you make to your current diet, timing, and hydration plan to better fuel your workouts and optimize recovery?
Those are fantastic questions.
Yeah.
It's all about taking what you've learned today and putting it into action.
And remember, this journey of optimizing your nutrition for strength and power scores is ongoing.
Yeah.
There's always something new to learn, try, and adapt to as your training evolves. It's not about being perfect. It's about making small, consistent changes that add up over time.
Exactly. And remember, you don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight.
Right.
Start with 1 or 2 small adjustments and see how your body responds.
I love that advice. It's all about progress, not perfection.
That's it.
This deep dive has been incredibly insightful. Thank you for breaking down this complex topic and sharing your expertise with us.
It's been my pleasure. I'm always passionate about helping athletes understand how nutrition can impact their performance.
And to our listener, we hope you feel empowered to take control of your nutrition and fuel your strength and power goals. Every workout, every meal, every snack is an opportunity to make a choice that supports your journey.
Keep learning, keep experimenting, and most importantly, keep pushing your limits.
Until next time, happy training.